Picture this. It's payday, and your hard-earned money finally hits your bank account. But instead of feeling a sense of relief or excitement, you're gripped by a sinking feeling of worry. You know that in just a matter of days or even hours, that money will be gone, swallowed up by bills, expenses, and impulse purchases. And just like that, you're back to square one, trapped in an endless cycle of financial stress and anxiety. If this scenario sounds painfully familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people find themselves trapped in the same cycle of financial stress and frustration, no matter how hard they work or how much they earn. But the truth is, it doesn't have to be this way. The key to breaking free from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle lies in what you do with your money on payday. And in this video, we're going to walk through the 8 simple yet transformative steps you can take to make every payday count. Through my own personal finance journey and extensive research, I've identified these 8 crucial steps that have the power to transform your financial life. And I'm excited to share them with you today. So grab a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes. Let's dive into these 8 game-changing payday strategies. Step 1. Find your financial baseline. The first and most important step is to find your financial baseline. This means taking a hard, honest look at your income and expenses and figuring out exactly where your money is going each month. I remember when I first did this exercise, I was shocked to discover how much money I was wasting on things like eating out, subscriptions I never used, and impulse purchases. It was a real wake-up call, but it also gave me the clarity and motivation I needed to start making changes. To find your own financial baseline, start by listing out all your essential monthly expenses, things like rent, mortgage, groceries, utilities, and insurance. Then, add up your total monthly income. The difference between these two numbers is your discretionary income, which you can use to save, invest, or pay off debt. If you're spending more than you're earning, don't panic. This is actually a great opportunity to reassess your spending habits and look for areas where you can cut back. Maybe you can negotiate a better deal on your phone plan or cancel that gym membership you never use. Every little bit helps, and over time, those small changes can add up to big results. But finding your financial baseline is just the first step. To really start making progress, you need to move on to step 2, building your emergency fund. Before we dive into step 2, I want you to take a moment and think about your biggest financial stressor. Maybe it's the constant worry about making ends meet, or the fear of unexpected expenses derailing your budget. Now, imagine how different your life would be if you had a solid emergency fund in place. You'd be able to breathe easier, knowing that you have a safety net to fall back on when life throws you a curveball. That's the kind of financial peace of mind we're working towards, and it all starts with building your emergency fund. So step 2, build your emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, and unexpected expenses can pop up at any time. That's why having an emergency fund is so crucial. This is a savings account that you only touch in case of a true emergency, like a job loss, medical bills, or major car repairs. I learned this lesson the hard way when I was in my early 20s. I had just started my first real job and was feeling pretty good about my finances. But then, out of nowhere, my car broke down and needed thousands of dollars in repairs. I didn't have an emergency fund, so I had to put the whole thing on a credit card. It took me years to pay off that debt, and the interest charges ended up costing me way more than the original repair bill. Don't make the same mistake I did. Start building your emergency fund today, even if you can only afford to put away a small amount each month. Aim to save up at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, so you know you'll be covered no matter what life throws your way. Speaking of unexpected expenses, did you know that the average American can't afford a $1,000 emergency? That's a scary thought, but it doesn't have to be your reality. By following the steps in this video, you'll be well on your way to financial security and peace of mind. Step 3. Pay off high-interest debt. If you're carrying high-interest debt, like credit card balances or payday loans, paying that off should be your top priority. The reason is simple. The longer you carry that debt, the more money you'll lose to interest charges. Think about it this way. If you have a credit card with a 20% interest rate and a $5,000 balance, you'll end up paying an extra $1,000 in interest charges over the course of a year. That's money that could be going towards your emergency fund, investments, or other financial goals. So how do you tackle that debt? There are 2 main strategies, the debt snowball method and the debt avalanche method. With the debt snowball method, you focus on paying off your smallest debt first, while making minimum payments on your other debts. Once that smallest debt is paid off, you roll that payment into your next smallest debt, and so on. This method can be really motivating, because you get the satisfaction of seeing debts disappear one by one. The debt avalanche method, on the other hand, focuses on paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first. This method will save you the most money in the long run, but it can feel like a slower process. Whichever method you choose, the key is to be consistent and stay focused on your goal. It may take time, but every payment you make gets you one step closer to being debt-free. Imagine what you could do with all the money you're currently spending on interest charges. You could invest it, save it for a down payment on a house, or even take that dream vacation you've been putting off. The possibilities are endless, but it all starts with getting out of debt. Step 4. Start investing. Once you've built up your emergency fund and paid off your high-interest debt, it's time to start thinking about the future. And that means investing. Now, I know the idea of investing can be intimidating, especially if you're new to it. But here's the thing. You don't need to be a Wall Street whiz or have a ton of money to start investing. In fact, thanks to technology, it's easier and more affordable than ever to get started. One of the best ways to start investing is through a retirement account, like a 401k or an IRA. These accounts offer tax advantages and allow you to automatically invest a portion of your paycheck each month. If your employer offers a 401k match, make sure you're contributing enough to take full advantage of that free money. If you don't have access to a retirement account through work, you can still invest on your own through a brokerage account. Look for a low-cost provider that offers a wide range of investment options, like index funds and ETFs. The key to successful investing is to start early, be consistent, and stay diversified. Don't try to time the market or chase after the latest hot stock. Instead, focus on building a well-balanced portfolio that aligns with your goals and risk tolerance. Did you know that if you start investing just $200 a month at age 25, you could have over $1 million by the time you retire? The power of compound interest is incredible, but it only works if you give it time. Don't put off investing until you're older or have enough money. Start small, but start today. Step 5. Maximize your employee benefits. If you're lucky enough to have a job that offers benefits like health insurance, retirement plans, or stock options, make sure you're taking full advantage of them. These benefits can be worth thousands of dollars a year, but many people don't even realize what they're missing out on. For example, if your employer offers a health savings account, HSA, with a high-deductible health plan, you can contribute pre-tax dollars to that account and use it to pay for qualified medical expenses. Not only does this lower your taxable income, but it also allows you to save money on healthcare costs in the long run. Similarly, if your company offers stock options or an employee stock purchase plan, that can be a great way to build wealth over time. Just make sure you understand the vesting schedule and any holding requirements before you start buying. Don't leave money on the table. Take the time to review your employee benefits package and make sure you're taking advantage of everything that's available to you. Your future self will thank you. Step 6. Increase your income. While cutting expenses and investing wisely are important, there's only so much you can do on that side of the equation. To really supercharge your wealth building, you need to focus on increasing your income as well. There are a few different ways to do this. One option is to ask for a raise at your current job. If you've been performing well and taking on additional responsibilities, you may be surprised at how receptive your boss is to giving you a pay bump. Another option is to start a side hustle or freelance business. This can be a great way to earn extra money on your own terms, while also building skills and experience that can help you in your career. Finally, consider investing in yourself by learning new skills or earning additional certifications. The more valuable you are to employers, the more money you can command in the job market. Here's a crazy stat. According to a recent survey, nearly half of Americans have never asked for a raise. Don't be one of those people. If you know your worth and can demonstrate your value to your employer, don't be afraid to negotiate for what you deserve. Step 7. Give back. This one might seem counterintuitive, but hear me out. Giving back to your community or to causes you care about can actually be a powerful way to build wealth and find fulfillment in your life. For one thing, donating to charity can offer tax benefits that can lower your overall tax bill. But more importantly, giving back helps create a sense of abundance and gratitude in your life. When you focus on helping others, it shifts your mindset away from scarcity and towards the idea that there's enough to go around. Plus, when you give back to your community, you're helping to create a rising tide that lifts all boats. A thriving local economy and a strong social safety net benefit everyone, including you and your family. So as you start to build wealth, don't forget to carve out some of your resources for causes and organizations that matter to you. It doesn't have to be a lot, but every little bit helps. Did you know that some of the wealthiest people in the world, like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, are also some of the most generous? They understand that giving back isn't just the right thing to do. It's also a smart financial move. By following their example, you can build a legacy of wealth and impact that lasts for generations. Step 8. Automate and simplify. Finally, One of the most important things you can do to make the most of every payday is to automate and simplify your finances. This means setting up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts, so you're never tempted to spend money you should be saving. It also means streamlining your financial life by consolidating accounts, negotiating better rates on your bills, and using technology to track your spending and stay on top of your budget. The more you can automate and simplify your finances, the easier it will be to stay on track and make progress towards your goals. And the less time and energy you'll have to spend stressing about money, which frees you up to focus on the things that really matter in life. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that your bills are paid, your savings are growing, and your investments are working for you, all on autopilot. That's the power of automation, and it's easier to set up than you might think. But real talk, none of this matters unless you're willing to take action. So I challenge you to pick one step from this video that resonates with you and commit to implementing it in your life starting today. Whether it's tracking your expenses, building your emergency fund, or finally starting that side hustle you've been dreaming about, just take that first step. And then tomorrow, take another one. And keep going, one day at a time. Drop a comment below and let me know what action you're committing to today. And if you have any questions or need some extra encouragement, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here to help. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button and consider sharing it with someone who could use this message today.